Now trust me, I know a lot of you really don't care about the gear. Like, I mentioning all these details and all, it's like, whatever, whatever. Some of you are just watching the video out of support, and I really appreciate that. But once I finish talking about this gear, I'm gonna shoot some things that I know you guys gonna like. So just stick with me for these next 2 days. Hey guys, Lyrics Messiah here again, and we get into the end of it. This is the second to last day of me just showing you gear, and today we're looking at the Ronin-S. Basically, so far we spoke about cameras, stabilizers, and now we're looking at a gimbal. So this is a gimbal. As it looks a lot different from a stabilizer. The stabilizers have that general shape of the long thingy and the thingy, you know. Your gimbals, they have all these movie swingies, and that's why you tell the difference. Wow, this is usually how it's positioned, with your camera on top, and the gimbal does the stabilization for you. You know what, let me set it up and let me show you. So just like the stabilizers, you need to balance your camera on your gimbal. Now this one is a bit more complicated to balance, because you now have 3 axes of rotation that you need to take care of. Meaning you need to handle this, you need to handle this, and you need to handle this. But once all of that is done, once you have the camera set up on a, let's say, a table or a surface where the gimbal could stand up, it should stay still once it's perfect. So now if I power on, yeah, you hear the ding? Yes sir, we stabilize. Now this camera is a bit too light for this gimbal, so that's something you have to keep in mind. Like, a lot of people look at how heavy their camera is, but you also need to look at how light your camera is, because some gimbals can't handle a really light camera. But the beautiful thing about this Ronin, in particular the Ronin-S, is if I put it in mode number 3, point it forward, and double tap, I now get this infinite spiral effect with just the push of a button. So it's really cool. And like, this is what I mean when I say that to an extent gear matters. To get a perfect shot like that just handheld, probably not possible. To get it on a stabilizer, it'll be really difficult. But to get it on a gimbal, it's like super easy. Like, the gimbal literally does it for you. So like, you know, gear matters to an extent, because if your gear can't do the things that you want to do, then you probably won't be able to do it. But as I mentioned in a previous video, start with what you have. So if you don't have a gimbal, maybe don't try to include those shots in whatever it is you're planning to shoot. I'm not gonna get into all of the specifics. Just know that the gimbal does some of the work for you. What we're actually gonna do though is go and see some footage of what you could get from a piece of equipment like this. Having balanced everything, well, you recognize me not outside, I mean obviously, and that's because one of the places that the gimbal actually shines is in real estate videography. So you know, you're doing a walkthrough of a house and you really want to get super stable footage, so people can just focus on, you know, the table or the chair or the couch sets or the lintels over the window without, you know, having to see janky footage, right? A beautiful thing about it as well is something called torchlight mode, where if I point the gimbal and then double tap, it points up. So now I could point at what I want to, bring it back, and I don't actually have to use this to control the gimbal. I could just turn it and you see it turns for me. I could even slow that down, so we get nice smooth. See, it comes after. So I go all the way, smooth, comes cool. So let's do a walk around of the table. So yeah, guys, Lyrics from Science signing off for now. And as always, may the light expose you well.